Hello everybody, my name is Vicky Henner. I work for Hayter Institute of Education and I'll be taking this unit for us today. So this is our induction. We like to do this to welcome everybody into our learner community and then also to cover some of those questions that you might have as a new learner with us. So to commence, I'll do the acknowledgement to country. In this spirit of reconciliation, Hayter Institute of Education acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea and community. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the first inhabitants of this nation and the traditional custodians of the land on which we work, live and study. We express our gratitude for the sharing of this land, our sorrow for the personal, spiritual and cultural costs of that sharing, and hope that we may move forward together in harmony and in the spirit of healing. We pay our respect to all First Nation people and acknowledge elders past, present and emerging. And I extend this out to any of our learners who may be watching this recording for your studies. So a little bit about our housekeeping. What happens when you send an assessment in once you've completed it. Our turnaround time, we aim for 48 hours. However, that can change from day to day. If you need something to be marked and you would like to reach out to our learner support officers, we will definitely go in and attempt that for you. You have 3 attempts. There is no penalty whatsoever for the number of attempts that you have with Hayter. However, when it is 3 attempts, we will give you feedback. And if we're at 3, it means that maybe we need to reach out and give you some assistance, or you can reach out to us and say, look, I'm just not getting it and we want to be able to help you with that. So please do that. We can open up more attempts for you. You can ask for extensions around due dates, but there's no penalty for when you bring that in. You'll have a time from the beginning and end of when you complete your studies with us, as long as everything is done by that end time. And of course, if there's any circumstances that change for you, then contact our learner support officers. When you're doing your own research and going in and having a look for information to support your answers in your assessment, make sure that you reference where you got that information from. It needs to be evidence-based. We'd be looking for a link. If it's a legislation, something from one of the laws, the acts in your state or territory, then you will need to put the full name of what that is and the date. So, for example, that would be the Privacy Act 1988, and that's an Australian law. Plagiarism is if you use somebody else's work, and also AI is included in that. By all means, use AI as a way to help you with your research. However, our marking system, our learner management system will pick up the use of AI, and we will give you that feedback and let you know that that appears not to be in your own words, and you will be asked to resubmit. None of that work can be marked if it is AI. However, as a study source, it's amazing. And if that helps you clarify, then please, by all means, use that. Just you cannot copy and paste it. It needs to be in your own words. But as a resource to help you, definitely it can be used, just not as part of your formal assessment work. So when you're getting your work and you're downloading some of your instructions, you'll get a learner's guide with every unit. Make sure that you save that. Make sure that you keep that into a folder and work on that. If you are doing your assessments in your student portal, you can do some of your work and you can save it as you go. And then the next time you have break, put a time for your studies to do some assessment, then you pick that up where you were last time. It is only when you submit it that it comes over to us. In the meantime, though, as you're saving your work progressively, then it will save in your own student portal. You are, as an adult learner, responsible for your own time management. Everybody starts at different times. So we don't know where you are up to unless you let us know that you might need some assistance. Some of your role plays might say this has got to be done with an assessor in real time. You need to let us know when you are ready to be assessed, and then we will coordinate to make that happen for you. And then study support. What do we offer? How else can you do that? How you manage your time, taking those breaks. The ideal study pattern is 45-minute block and then step away, have a 5 or a 10-minute break, something to eat, be hydrated, and then go back in and do another 45 minutes. That is the most productive, efficient, and effective way for many learners as well. So if you're looking for some study tips, just try and think of that in a 45-minute block. When you're doing a unit, all up, there's about 10 to 15 hours for each unit. That will be enough for you to be able to complete all of the tasks and do some research and also draw on some of the learner guide information. You can take longer, of course you can. However, it is structured self-paced learning. So you go at your pace and we will walk beside you, what that looks like. But you'll have your start and your end date and work to that. So we make our recommendations, but it is very individualized and we want you to be able to do that for yourself. So how do you connect with your trainers? You can have support from our learner support officers. And here you'll see when you get this, there's a link there, which is how to book a meeting. And that will automatically go into our booking system. And then also you can contact our learner support officers for a personalised support, which is lso@hayderinstitute.edu.au. All of our learner support officers are trainers and assessors, and they will bring that information back into the training team where I sit. And if there's something there that they're unable to assist you with, it'll go to a trainer that does have that qualification. So if it's a general or a basic question, our learner support officers are really amazing. But if there's something a little deeper or you seek clarity and that would have a trainer for the unit that you're doing and you'd like their help, then you can definitely ask for that. And our learner support officers will send that back within our team as well, so that you've got that. And then of course we'll have study sessions of small groups. You have access to one-on-one, and then you also have access to booking and role plays with your trainers. How to look after yourself while you're in this space. It's very important. Look after your physical, your emotional, your social, your spiritual, personal, your own space, making sure that your environment is okay, that financial, and your work, balancing study and work, balancing study and life can be quite stressful. So these tips are to help you with that. If ever you feel stuck though, please refer to any of these amazing resources. Here are your support numbers and your websites, 24/7 access, and of course in an emergency call 000. So the ones we use most of all are Beyond Blue. That actually has an interactive website available 24/7. Lifeline is a telephone call, which is 13 11 14. There's a link to Lifeline, and there's a link to the suicide callback service. There's a link to 1-800-RESPECT, which is around domestic family violence. And then there's also a link to Parents and Kids, or Kids Helpline. So by going in and accessing those services, you'll be able to manage yourself, but there are also amazing resources as you learn to get your qualifications. It's something that we need to give our clients, and it may be something that you could utilise yourself. At Lifeline are very used to getting calls from students who are trying to balance everything. So please take care, make sure that you are okay in that study space, and make sure that you reach out if there's anything at all that we can do to help you in this space. This is what we would like to be able to do.